Hola, coconut buddies. Float trip or road trip? The answer is not too far away if you're driving your vehicle and your vehicle needs to be floated type thing, and the trailer might need to be floated. I'm probably going to anchor this one down, and chances are, this is treasure to me. It's not garbage to me. I'm going to hopefully make this trailer into a mold for me here, and put the flotation devices here. Chances are, if you don't know where the flotation ratio might need to be at of your flotation devices, chances are, remember like that old the famous big blue tractor with tractor tires that floated in the river. I believe I've seen it in a little contest there, river contest. So, chances are, if you need to float your vehicle, you need to float by the tires, because they've already done the weight ratio on the road. Chances are that's where you're going to need to float your vehicle. Have your flotation devices for the vehicle and the trailer. So, like I said, hopefully I'll make this into like a floating swimming dock, and or put the flotation devices underneath here, where the chances are the tires are right here. So I'm going to probably go both sides underneath here, on that side, just down here, somehow coat these, and put more flotation devices down over here, because that's the trailer hitch, and that's where the trailer goes down, and that's chances are where I need to float it again also. So hopefully I have it on flotation devices underneath this, and make this into a mold situation for a flotation dock, so I can have the foam, the treated wood, and the treated wood does not float. So I'm going to be making this into like a swimmer's dock, where they have the treated wood around the foam blocks, and then cement the top of it. And so I have a cemented top, so I can have a fire pit, because I told the honey, chances are we're going to need a fire, and how do I cover it? He said, chances are I will need a garbage can lid. So I'll have to figure all that out there, and practice, and see if I won't be all thumbs there. And like this foam mat, chances are you can be using it all around you, where that'll help you with the cold or the hot. And also too, like if you need to make it into like a a roof type situation, notice it's solid. That will be lift off and fly off. You'll need to talk to a roof specialist, where you're going to have a ridge vent, I believe that's what it's called. So chances are you will be protected for a while, but once that lifts off and away, you're not going to have a full coverage situation. And hopefully with the fire too, I'll need to have it either on a separate floating inner tube cement block, and treated wood, don't float. The treated wood don't float, so you have to have something floating underneath that fire pit there. And I told the honey we might have to have it floating separately. And if I can have it on there too, chances are I'll have teepee. If you have glass in front of you and the fire on the other side, it should heat you up nicely. So it doesn't have to be in there, and especially with that propane, you don't want those chemicals, breathing those chemicals in there too. And like this too, I told you, the chances are I'm going to have to pad these two. They're wine bottles, and I'm hopefully going to put them over there down away, because this goes downhill, and if the glass breaks and I can't pad them, broken glass will be away from me. And like these candles, you can get these for $1, and they can keep your hands nice and warm for a long time, but don't breathe in the chemicals. Definitely have that open air too. Especially if you have moisture. When you have the heater on, you're going to have moisture, so you need that fresh air. And like this is a really sharp knife. I asked the specialist there if I need to cut away, will this work? And it was with the crab stuff there. And I said, if they need to get away from the tied rope without breaking. He said, yes. And also I made this a little longer away from this handle, because if this flotation device was right there, I'm not going to be able to work that knife. And I put 2 rubber bands on here too, one on there and one around the clamp, because it doesn't have a locking mechanism. It came tied in at the store from the manufacturer. And so I decided to put that rubber band, because this is a very sharp knife there, of the marine knife there. And the inner tubes too, this one is a smaller passenger car inner tube. This is a tractor tire inner tube. And they said deflate them. Make sure you deflate these after you're using them, because they'll collect moisture. And I said, anything else? And she goes, you know, if you have anything else, the only thing I can think of is petroleum jelly, because these knobs, chances are with keyholes, they recommend to put petroleum jelly on your keyhole so you can get in and out of your vehicle. And she said, push this knob, you know, to deflate it, you know, and put pressure on these and deflate them and store them again and dry them off, you know. And then put these back on there too. And plumber's tape too, so you can get that on and off there. Maybe have a white dot on this or around it so you can find it in the muddy water. Have some kind of thing. You can put foam on there, stick it on there, and make sure it's, you know, it's a contrasting color. You can find it and float in the water, because waters can be very, you know, muddy, murky, and you may not find it at all. So petroleum jelly, plumber's tape, and keep them in the packaging too until you're ready to use them. You know, but I took them out of the box too because I didn't want them in the vehicle. I thought, oh, you know, maybe I will, maybe I won't, because I don't want them to get all weathered, even though they'd be in a canopy and such. But hopefully this was helpful for you. And talk to your flood specialist, your boating specialist, especially if you're going to have a roof, you know, a fire pit, and all 4 seasons, all weather. Boating situation, you know, living out of your vehicle, whatever you might be doing if you are living out of your vehicle or house, or, you know, floating on a swimming dock there for your floating situations. Keep yourself safe and dry and warm. Take care. Hopefully this was helpful for you, and push that like button and subscribe button.